Hey guys, it's Sharon from Digital Nomad Quest.
And this is Sean with Everything REI.
And today we're going to go over how to use REsimpli to get more deals and scale your marketing efforts. Now, if you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I'm all about teaching you how to build passive income, become financially free, and design your best lives. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified of my latest videos. And make sure to subscribe to Sean's channel where he talks all about real estate investing. So today we have a very special episode. We're speaking with Sharad, who is the founder of REsimpli. REsimpli is a top CRM tool that many real estate investors use, and it allows you to keep track of your leads from direct mail campaigns, your driving for dollars campaigns, your cold calls and text message blasts. It's just a great way to stay organized, assign tasks, and it also allows you to see a macro view of the performance of each campaign that you have. You can also use REsimpli to send direct mail blasts out, as well as set up phone numbers for inbound calls from your campaign. So basically, while we were in Texas, we were driving for dollars. We found about 100 prospects that we wanted to reach out to. So basically, while we were driving for dollars, we found distressed properties that maybe the homeowner may want to sell their property. So we were planning to reach out to those prospects and see if we could get a deal out of our outreach. Now, Sharad's going to walk us through how to use REsimpli to do all of this. Now, if you guys are interested in REsimpli, go ahead and check it out in the link below. And we actually worked with a team to get an exclusive offer for you guys. So you guys can get 20% off your first month if you guys sign up with the link below. Now let's get right into today's video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, today I'm with Sharad, the founder of REsimpli. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Sean, for having me on the call. I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. So REsimpli is basically the best CRM for real estate investors. We hear about it all the time. It's just a great tool for scaling your marketing efforts. And right now we're in the process of trying out REsimpli. We have a test list of about just 100 leads or so from door knocking. And we wanted to start importing that into the platform. We wanted to start setting up things like direct mail and stuff like that. Plan is afterwards, we'll probably be grabbing lists from PropStream and importing more and more into REsimpli to scale our effort. And today, Sharad is going to help us walk through this process. We think this is going to be super helpful for you guys as well, which is why we're making this video today. This is going to be key for you guys to find more real estate deals that you guys can invest in. So Sharad, why don't you take it away? We're going to share our screen and kind of show the REsimpli dashboard, and maybe you can kind of walk us through. So we currently just created our account. We wanted to see sort of how to import the list. So we kind of did through the list stacking section here, but just want to make sure we did it all correctly. I'll go into that section right now. So we've imported the list. We mapped out certain fields from our Excel spreadsheet over. Do you have any thoughts on if we did it correctly or not?
It looks pretty good. So yeah, your property address, essentially when you're mapping out your list, so whether you buy it from door knocking, from driving, or whether you have it from PropStream, List Source, or any other platform, essentially, those are very standard lists. If you're getting it from a data provider, they give you fields for first name, last name, your street address, city, state, zip code. So when you're importing that data into REsimpli list stacking, and that's how we'll map those fields into list stacking. And the cool thing is, once you import into REsimpli, we're checking every single record to see whether it's vacant per USPS or not. So as you grow your list and you want to get a little bit more targeted with your mailing list, then you can start, applying those filters. So as if you want to see somebody that's only vacant. So if you see your record number 2 and 3, 1404 North 11th and 1106, if you look at a fourth column that says vacant, so that's coming straight from, we're getting that data based on the USPS. So that gives another level of information that, again, right now you have 100 records, but imagine you have 100,000 records. And then, you're not going to reach out to all 100,000 through direct mail. You want to get a little bit more targeted. So this gives another filter that you can apply to that you see, okay, this is a vacant property, absentee. So there's going to be a little bit higher chance of Matthew Whitten or Kendrick Williams wanting to sell their property because, they're absentee homeowners with a vacant property versus somebody else who might be a homeowner just living in the property and it's not vacant.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I think maybe for the viewers, we could kind of go over the process too of importing the list. So we went into the list stacking section. I basically pressed add over here, and then I dragged over the CSV file. All right, so here we are adding the CSV file, and it basically maps out different kind of
stuff. So this is based on what you had done on the last upload. It's going to remember the mapping that you had done. So you'll just double check over here to make sure everything looks in the right place. All the mapping is correct, with your property address, mailing address. If you have phone number, phone type, then you can upload all of that information and then just click on next from here. And this is where you would choose which list you want to import to. You could import it to the same list that you have, or you could just create a new list. and then go ahead and import. And then if you want to do tags also, so this tags could be any other way of, where you want to identify the list. It could be people that, let's say you've already marketed, cold call, or done some other marketing. And opt out would be, let's say you get a list of all the properties that have sold, and then you want to put them into REsimpli list stacking and then opt them out from any other marketing. Then you can choose if you want to opt them out from marketing also.
I see. So you can get a list of properties that you don't want and then basically delete them from all
Exactly.
the records.
Yeah, exactly. So what we were talking about, so we're going to be rolling out an update in a couple of days where there'll be another option that you can get a list of all the return mail that you have and upload here. So let's say you send out like 1,000 pieces of mail. There's going to be some like, about 4 or 5% of mail that's going to come back as undelivered, even though you have the right property address, mailing address, if somebody then doesn't get mail. Now you can get a list of all those properties, put them into REsimpli and mark them as return mail. So that's going to be coming in a couple of days, similar to opt out, but just a different purpose. You want to mark them as return mail, then you can do that also.
Maybe we could cover the direct mail portion. So if I were to send out direct mail to this list that we uploaded,
right,
what should we do?
So first thing we would want to do is, so let's say you're doing direct mail to this list, right? So you want to buy a phone number that's dedicated to that direct mail campaign. So you can easily track as your leads are coming in, which campaign they're coming in from, right? So if you go to the top right where your profile and click on manage number, all right. So first thing we'll have you set up is a call flow. Call flow is essentially when somebody calls you on that number, how do you want the call to be routed? So if you go to the call flow tab, and then we can just set up anything for now, and then you can go back and change. So if you click on add call flow, and then you can give it a name, let's say, direct mail, and you could use the same call flow for different purposes also. And then you choose whether you want the calls to be recorded or not, and then the time zone.
So would this be our time zone or like?
Yeah, you could do, if you're doing like Pacific all day, and then time would be like all days and all day for the time, then it really doesn't matter what time zone. But this would be, let's say if you're using call porter, for example, and you want the calls to go from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. to their answering service, because like some of the other investors might be, working, they have a day job. So they don't have capacity to take the call. So what they could do is they could set up their schedule from based on the time zone that they're in, that they are not available. They could have their calls go to call porter, for example, and then once and after that, outside of those hours, the call could come to them. So this you could use specific time. And then IVR is if you want somebody to call in, and then do you want them to listen to a prompt saying, hey, press 1 to be, to talk to sales, or press 2 if you want to be taken off the mailing list. You can add that, or you can leave it as is for now. It's up to you. It'll ask you to record a greeting. So you can do that live recording if you want, or, you can leave it as is, right? It's totally up to you. And then it'll ask you like what any key that the caller is going to press. How do you want the call to be routed at that point?
Cool. So like press 0,
yes,
go to something, press 1.
Exactly. Then you can totally customize that. So like, a lot of people, what they would do is, let's say if you're sending out lists to direct mail, there's going to be some people that want to be taken off the list. So you can say, hey, thank you for calling. If you're interested in selling your house, please press 1 to talk to somebody in sales. If you would like to be taken off the mailing list, please press 2. So if they press 2, you could just have them go straight to a voicemail. So you're not even talking to them. And then if they press 1, then, either somebody from your team could take the call, or it could go to call porter at that point.
And is the reason why I can't do the add forward is it because I don't have the recording right now?
No, because if you choose voicemail, the voicemail basically means the call is going to end, and then you have to upload a recording also.
Oh, I see. I chose voicemail here.
So you can click on record new recording. So the third option, and then you can just record it live on the call if you want to do that. So if you click on that, it's going to open up a pop-up, but you can just record.
All right. Allow this. All right. Well, thanks for calling. Blah, blah, blah. Press 1 to talk to sales. All right.
So yeah, you could go back, you could customize it. And if you already have recording saved, then you can just do a lot of things. You can have, if they press 1, it goes to sales. And then before it rings on somebody's number, then you can have another greeting play for them. Like you could have, hey, thank you for calling, ABC Properties. That says Sharon with ABC Properties. We're going to be with you in a minute. So you can have that greeting play after they press 1 before it rings to you.
Mm-hmm.
What's a common flow that a lot of investors use for this?
Common flow, I would say, is a lot of investors that are using our platform are using like call porter, for example, for their answering service. So what they would have to do is, for the business hours, they would have, hey, press 1 to talk to sales, and then they would have press 2 if you want to be taken off the mailing list. Again, it depends on campaign to campaign. Like somebody that's calling you on PPC, then you might not want to have that press 1 and press 2. You might want to give that to people that are, especially like if you're doing a mass text blast, for example. A lot of people that call back, they're going to be angry, they want to be taken off the list. So then you don't want to take those calls live, because then you're keeping your team busy with answering questions from people that are angry. So then in that case, you would want to set up that call flow for that specific campaign. Again, there's no limit to how many campaigns, how many call flow you could set up, and how many campaigns you could set up. So you could have one call flow that's specifically for your direct mail, and you could have a different one that's for people that are calling you back from your texting, list that you've sent message to. So texting, again, you don't want to have all the calls be answered live. Some investors, we know they have everything go to voicemail. So you could say, hey, thank you for calling ABC Properties, press 1, if you are interested in selling your property. It could go to answering service, and you could say press 2 if you want to be taken off the mailing list and you're not interested in selling their property. Then it goes to voicemail, and then voicemail could have its own greeting and saying, hey, sorry, you're not interested in selling your property. Please leave us your name, address of the property you're calling about, so we make sure we take you off our next batch of marketing. So then this way you don't even have to talk to the people, you just get that information, and then as soon as you update them into REsimpli, then you're not marketing them again at that point.
Got it. Okay.
Right.
So now with this,
so you would have to scroll up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's just for now cancel the IVR for now. Just like for test purpose, we'll just do a quick call. So if you disable the IVR, perfect. And then scroll down a little bit. And in the add forward types, you can do single forward. So what single forward does is it will forward the, So you can put your cell phone number, or you can just put any random number if you don't, Enable call whisper would be, this prevents the call to go to voicemail. So imagine, let's say you put your cell phone number over here. Now what happens is, let's say if somebody calls you and your cell phone is switched off, you don't want that call to go to a voicemail. So what that would do is, if the call is going to voicemail, it's not going to let it go to voicemail. The person on the other end will just keep hearing a ringing, and you'll just go to the next step into your call flow. So this is very, very important, because sometimes your cell phone might be out of service, it might be switched off, or one reason or the other, if call goes straight to voicemail, you don't want it to just end the call there. Another thing it does is, when you pick up the call, it's going to announce on the call which campaign you got the call from, and then you'll have to press hash key before the call will be connected. So let's say if you accidentally pick up the phone and like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to pick up the call, then you can just hang up. It will keep ringing for the caller. So that does two things. If you accidentally pick up, then you can just hang up. It doesn't do anything. Or the other thing is, let's say you pick up and you want to be prepared. Let's say it says, hey, incoming call from PPC, direct mail, probate list, or your door knocking list, for example. Then hey, this is a really hot list. And then you can be a little bit prepared to answer that call before you pick that up. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So now if you go to non-business hours, for example, the tab on top, so this would be any calls that you get outside of business hours, how you want the call to be routed. So again, you could do, let's say 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The call, somebody calls in, it says, hey, press 1 to do this. You could have a totally different, greeting play for them if it's outside of the business hours. So again, going back to the example, if you have 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., you have your call going to call porter, but after 6 p.m., you want to take those calls, then this is where you would put that in. So let's say single forward, you could put the same number that you put in, and then you can just enable whisper message, and then add call flow. And there's a couple of other options you can do, like if it's a missed call, then they automatically get a message from us. So those are some other customizations that you can do. Now, if you go back to the for leads tab, now let's click on buy numbers. So type in the area code that you are looking to get. Okay. So you can buy any of these phone numbers. So now in this, you will use this number for the first drop down. So we have the lead management system, the CRM part, and you can also do your buyers management. So you're using this specific number for sellers, and marketing title would be like Dallas marketing, or whatever list that you're targeting to specifically. If you want to be a little bit, at Dallas market, that's perfect. And this is for driving for dollars, flow name. And yep, that's good. So if you click on confirm on the right.
So how many numbers are included? 20. Okay.
With your plan that you have 25 phone numbers.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So now your phone number is set up, and then your call flow is set up. Now let's go back to list stacking. So now, do you want to mail to all these people on the list that you have?
Yeah, that's right.
Sure.
So, select the checkbox next to the property address. Now, where it says the dropdown, it says 10 properties. So select, if you want to send it to all 114, then you can do that. And then in the action dropdown, select order direct mail. It's the last one. Okay. So you can give it a campaign name right here. adjust for your purposes so you know what campaign you've sent. All right. And the first mailing date is September 27th. You can choose how many mailings you want to do. You're only paying for one mailing at a time. You can set up a campaign for 6 mailings. And then, if you want to do every month, every other month, then it'll just remind you a couple of weeks before the mailing is due, just saying, hey, next mailing is coming up. So this is where you can choose your mailing type. You can do ballpoint marketing. And this is, it shows you kind of what the envelope looks like. If you click on the letter, it shows you what the letter looks like. And this is when the ballpoint marketing sends out, this is what it's going to look like.
If someone has like a discount code with ballpoint marketing, how would they incorporate that if they want to send mail from here?
Great question. So apply coupon code on the right. Yep. So this is, if you click on it, if you have a coupon code, this is where you would put that in.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, and you click submit and it'll just apply the discount on there.
And then these other ones are like the ones you guys do.
Correct. These are, your standard business letters, yellow letters, postcards. So yeah, if you just select BPM, I can walk you through kind of what the process is, and then you can, go back and update that.
Okay.
I think BPM has a minimum of 500 letters, I think, that they require now with the latest update. Yeah. So if you click next, So I think, so let's just select something else. But when you come back, you can do that. And I can just quickly show you what it would look like on the next step. So this is where you're putting in your information. You see it already populated so if you put in like whatever contact details that you want in your actual letter, like what name, so what name should the contact information for which somebody should call you back on. And website and email, those are not, you can put that in. Email is for us to communicate with you about your order. Sometimes if you want somebody from your team, to communicate with that, so you can put their email address. Website would be if the design has a place for website, then, website, you can put the website in. And same thing for your logo and signature if it's required for that. But you see the campaign name, it picked up Dallas Market and then that phone number. So now what's going to happen is anytime anybody calls you on that phone number, REsimpli is going to automatically create a lead, and it's going to tell you that the lead came in from your Dallas Market campaign. And then you can call them, text them, put them on a drip campaign, and then just do your entire follow-up from there.
So the review will show would it show like a draft of what it would look like, the letter?
No, so what happens, so once we actually place the order, we actually send you an actual PDF with some information filled out for you to approve that, hey, this looks good. Review will just show you how many letters you're mailing and what's your final payment. And once you confirm that, the last step would be for the payment information.
I think we're done for this. That's just an example.
Right.
To buy these.
Yep. So now again, if somebody calls you, what I can do is any of you guys want to call in on that phone number, then I can show you like what it would look like if a lead were to call in on that number, or I can call in for my cell phone if you guys want to call in.
I mean, I can call it from my number.
Yep.
How would it pick up? It pick up through this platform or?
No, so it would, whatever phone number you set up in the call flow, that's where it's going to get forwarded to.
Oh, right. So
right.
Okay. Maybe I should set an actual number then.
I mean, if it doesn't ring, it'll still create a lead in your pipeline. So you can just still call ahead. Call that number.
Okay.
Even if it was just a random phone number, it's not going to get forwarded to. I mean, you can put.
I kind of wanted to pick it up too, to hear the whole like, hey, this is from Dallas Mail, whatever, because it'll do that, right?
I mean, if you, if you want to do that, so if you want to put, one of your phone numbers and one of you guys can call in.
And
so since you're gonna pick up, so you can just save the call flow.
Yeah.
Dallas Market, press hash to answer.
The hash would be the pound sign.
This
I think
one,
it's the.
Yeah, we tried it.
Pressed it.
Dallas Market, press hash to answer.
Yeah, it'll still create a lead in the pipeline. So if you go into the leads, so it should have still created a lead for you guys.
Okay.
So this is the number you call from, so you can blur it out.
Okay.
And
so
now,
you know why I pressed the pound sign and it didn't go through this time?
Not sure. I mean, let me see what key were you pressing?
This one?
Yeah, it should have gone through. Do you want me to try calling really quick on that?
Yeah. Oh, I got another call at the same time. I'm not sure if this is yours.
Sorry, I hang up.
Is that hello?
Oh, sorry, I hung up. Do you want me to call back again?
Some other buyer is calling me.
Really?
Yeah. Exact same time. All right, go ahead and try again.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I think it's connected.
Okay, got it. Works now.
That's cool.
All right, so if you go back to the leads now, so actually if you go back, click on the top icon, on the first icon on the left. So I'll show you like what it does on the dashboard. No, on the RE icon on the top left.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the one. So this is sort of your dashboard. So this is where it'll tell you, see the leads communication. So it tells you that you have 3 communication you've had. So if you click on that number 3, it'll show you like what's happened with you. So say that, hey, you got a a lead come in from your Dallas market, and you can actually listen to the call recording right here.
Oh,
And if you click on, so if you, because you don't have the address right here, so if you click on the NA for the first one, it's going to actually take you to it's going to take you to that specific lead. And what I want to show you here is, so you see it says driving for dollar Dallas market. So you know right away which campaign the lead came from. And you have the call recording on the right. And then if you hover over my phone number,
like over here?
on the left, on the general info. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you see the green, so if you can just click right there on the call, and then just click make a call. It's ringing my cell phone now.
Oh, very
I'm
nice.
gonna pick up.
That's cool.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
That's awesome.
Okay. And then you can just click on the SMS, also the SMS icon on the right.
Yeah.
And then it's going to send me a text message. You can save a bunch of templates if you want. And then you can just, you don't have to type up the same thing. So you can create your own template. If you're sending the same messages over and over again, which a lot of people are doing, then you can just shoot a message. You can attach pictures, videos to it and send it. And I'll get the message right away on my phone.
Oh,
And you can schedule it for later time also if you want.
very nice. And where do you go about creating these templates from?
If you go to the top right where you went to manage number, there should be an option for SMS template.
Oh, okay, got it. Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, you can create your own template, and you can like personalize also. You can add the variables like hi at first name. My name is, whatever name you want to put in. I'm messaging about your property address. So whatever each message that you send out for that specific property would be personalized to that lead. And then you can set up your task appointments. You can upload all your files related to that property. So think of it very similar to Google Drive. So I want to show you something really cool. If you go to files, so hover over general. So let's say now I'm a seller, right? So just hover and you see the link on the link icon on the right.
Yeah.
So click on that and then click on enable link, right? And then click on view and add new files. So this is where you would use, let's say if you're in a market where you say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm interested in buying your property. So now send the link to me in the Zoom chat. So this is where you would use and say, if you go to the Zoom chat and drop that link.
Did you get the link? Copied it?
Oh, actually, for some reason,
Wait, I'm not completely sure if I did it right.
it already copied. Yeah. So once you enable it, so if you drop it to me in the Zoom chat, so what that does is when you are sending this link to anybody, you can send this link to anybody outside of your business, right? And they can upload pictures in that link. So I'll show you something really cool. So now let's imagine I am the seller, right? You say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to send you a link to a file. Just upload all the property pictures that you have, right? And we'll make you an offer. So let's say even while we're on the call, you can send it to me. I can open it on my phone. I can open it on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and so I uploaded, let me have a couple of more pictures. Okay. So I uploaded a few pictures. Now, if you go back, just refresh the page. So you see all these pictures automatically got synced up in your, so now you only gave me access to add and view. I don't have any access to delete these. So once I've uploaded these become your pictures. So if you click on any of the pictures, you can see, you could just have the house picture. So, and then you can scroll through these. Now, when you are selling this property, you could just share the same link with your buyers list, and you can move the pictures around to different folders if you just want to share the ones that you want to share with your buyers. So you can create multiple folders. How we use it in our business is we would have different folders for, our buy side, sell side properties, closing docs, or, rehab pictures. We do a lot of fix and flip. So we'll have, rehab before pictures, rehab progress picture, and finish pictures. So then you can choose, you can move these into different folders, but this is really cool. So essentially using it as Google Drive. So you can have your acquisition person, they might be on the field looking at a property, and you could say, hey, at the end of your property walkthrough, just all the pictures that you have on your iPhone or Android, just upload in that link. They automatically get synced up with that specific folder, and you never have to, it organizes everything for you. And then now the next step would be, if you want to send out a contract, you can just send out an e-sign contract from within the platform. And you can send it out to your buyers, you can send it out to your sellers, they sign it, it gets saved automatically in our system. You don't have to download anything. And same thing, you can have a different template for your buyers. You can send it out to them, and then they can also upload, sign it, and then it gets saved in the same e-sign folder.
One question I did have was when you're on the dashboard, so there's the task section here. I'm curious how to implement that.
Yeah, so tasks, there are a couple of different things you can do. So there's something what we call global tasks. So if you go to the left check mark below the house on the left, yep. If you go to global tasks, so these are your tasks that as you move a property from one stage to another, right, they will automatically get set up. So think of it as your workflow. There's certain things you need to do with the property once they go in a certain stage, right? Let's say if you go set an appointment to move a property to contact made, then what's going to happen is somebody in your team, it needs to do some check MLS comps. They may need to drive by property. These are the ones that we preset in the system for you, but you can customize this. So if you go back to the leads really quick, I'll show you what the task section does. So if you go to active leads, so let's say, I send you the picture. So you just drag and drop mine over to the contact mate stage. The second lead that you have, you can just drag.
Oh, cool.
Yes. And then if you go into that lead now, so you see it already said that there are two. So click on the address. So if you go to the task and appointment tab, it already set up those tasks and they assigned it to you for tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
So now tomorrow you will get a notification that, hey, these tasks are due.
Okay, cool.
And you can set up your appointments also. And the cool thing with the appointments, and you can sync up your Google Calendar in REsimpli. So if you're familiar with Calendly, it works similar to Calendly. So anytime you make an appointment in our calendar, in our system, it's going to block your time for that time. So let's say if you say you are available from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., for example. Again, let's say your call goes to call porter, they pick up a call, they set up an appointment for you from 9 to 10. Now your time is blocked. Nobody can book you for another appointment from 9 to 10. Now, let's say on your Google Calendar, you have a doctor's appointment or you are going to be out of office for, half the day. So you block your calendar from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's going to show that time as unavailable. It's not going to show what you're going to be unavailable for. It's just going to show that, hey, you're going to be unavailable from 1 to 6 and nobody can put you an appointment for that time.
I think this is an extremely powerful tool. And I really love the whole assigning phone numbers directly in the CRM, because before I would have to create my own Google Voice number, create my own direct mail campaigns, and then I get the phone calls, but I never went back to actually update my stuff.
Absolutely. And the cool thing is if you go to the KPI tab on the top, so click on the KPIs. So this is where it's tracking everything for you. So if you go down the marketing tab, I'll show you as you are, imagine you're creating, so you see, it says that you've gotten 2 leads from driving for $1, right? And then every single campaign that you're doing, it will track how many leads and by every single campaign. So if you click on that small drop down next to driving for $1, it's going to show you which specific campaign the lead came from. So if you're doing driving for $1, Dallas market, California market, so you'll know at any given time which leads are coming in from which market for you in real time. If you move any of them to appointment, then the appointment number will change from 0 to 1. You make an offer, it'll change to 1.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
I feel like everything here is so organized and so robust. I feel like we're gonna spend, some time trying to figure out the best way to properly, use this and build systems. And it's really exciting to see all of this. And it's amazing what you've done with this platform.
Thank you. I mean, I use it in my business every day. So all the ideas that we get, and today we added that the small question mark at the bottom, all the way at the end. So that's a link to our tutorial page and live chat that we've added. So if you click on it, it's going to open a tutorial page where we, any updates that we make, we post it here. And there's going to be a live chat button on the bottom right that's going to pop up. So anybody can just jump on there and ask questions. But we'll anytime we make an update, upload a video on our tutorial page.
Awesome.
So then you have a live chat also on the bottom right.
Okay, great. Yeah. Looks like a robust support system that people can refer to if they have any questions. So this is great. Thank you so much. Thank you for speaking with us. I feel like we learned a lot with this. We're definitely going to be using this a lot.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hopefully the viewers out here learn a lot through this tutorial. Hopefully you guys are implementing these systems because it's going to really help you guys with the deal flow out here. So thank you, Sharad, for coming on here and teaching my audience. So thanks so much.
No, thank you so much, Sharon, Sean, having me on the call. Appreciate it. This is exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys are going to start doing direct mail. It's always exciting to start the campaigns out. At least where we can help you with is tracking all your data from start to end, where all your leads are coming from. How much money are you making from? There's a lot that, there's a lot more that you can track into in our system. So yeah, you'll be amazed with once you start sending out your campaign. Lots of automations you can do as soon as the lead comes in. You can automatically put them on a drip campaign. If you miss a call, like the call that I missed, you could set it up where it automatically puts me on a drip campaign. So you don't even have to follow up. You miss a call and it starts sending out text messages automatically, RVMs automatically. So
amazing. Yeah.
then this way, you're converting more of your leads into deals.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been great. I appreciate for you guys for having me on the show.
Thanks,
on this video call. Thanks.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode on how to use REsimpli to get more deals and scale your marketing efforts.
REsimpli is an amazing tool, and we're really excited to delve deeper into it to scale our real estate investing efforts.
Again, if you guys want to try it out, make sure you use the link below because we gave you guys 20% off your first month if you guys use that link. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have any questions at all. We could possibly do another episode with the founder again so that we can answer any of you guys' questions. Subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified of my latest videos. Make sure to subscribe to Sean's channel as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.